the beautiful Burke Lakefront Airport in downtown Cleveland. You have the beautiful Maria Cribbs.
Hey.
Myself, Josh Cribbs, and we are the return.
Let's go,
Yes,
baby.
let's do it.
Episode 2. How you
Let's
feeling,
go.
Josh?
I'm feeling excellent.
I think that first episode was pretty fire. You really did
was.
your thing there.
It was.
Yeah, I
Started
mean,
something too.
you started a lot of online debauchery.
Makes me feel uncomfortable. I've been waiting to get back on the mic
Okay.
all week. I'm ready.
So we here now, baby.
Yeah, the dogs have been barking all week.
They have you want to get into your segment.
So
The
I want
dogs
to
are
get
barking.
into it, baby.
And
Is
tell them
that all
exactly
right?
what is your segment about. Come on, the dogs
So
are
the
barking.
dogs are barking is just it's NFL talk. It could be national, but most likely it's going to deal from right here at home, the Browns, home of the dog pound.
Home of the dog pound.
Yeah,
baby.
so it's going to be about the trending topics, things that matter mostly to our Browns fans and things that are going on right here about our team. Mostly.
Absolutely. But you did you kind of started something
Yes, I did.
the other week
I
when you
started.
made reference to hypothetically speaking, because Coach Stefanski is the head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
No doubt.
Right. And clarify that though. Go ahead
Coach
and
of
clarify.
the year. Well, didn't he get Coach of the Year a few years ago?
Absolutely, yes. He came in winning that thing.
Maria's crushing hard on him.
What?
I've been growing my salt and pepper mustache
Trying to get
out
it to look like he.
because Maria said she loves the salt and pepper look. So I've been trying to look like Coach Stefanski.
Because usually men try to dye that with that Beijing hair dye, just for men. No, baby,
So
go ahead
Coach
and let that salt and pepper
Stefanski,
show.
Don't let Maria in your
Silver fox.
DMs
Oh.
and report back to me if you see that.
Okay.
I'll be offended.
But you started something online with the whole
Yeah.
comparing, if Eric Mangini was the head coach. And you got a lot of.
Yes.
How you feel about that?
I feel good I stand by what I
know
said.
you do.
But some fans, they disagreed heavily with me.
Right, they
And I want to go at it. I told them I love the healthy debate. And
Wait,
if they was
you want to
gonna-
get to the comments?
I'm going to get to the comments. I
Oh.
want to see what they said, and then I'm going to rebut it, rebuke it, debate it, and rebuke it in the name. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, let's
see
get to the
some of
first. Let's see the first one. Okay, let me
Okay.
see. Corey here, he
Corey.
said I'd take them to a. No, he said he'd take them to a 4-13 record. That
Oh,
last
really?
scares me.
Oh, no, I want to see all the bad
Oh, he would see all of them.
comments.
Okay,
Yeah, I want to
and
keep
then
going through the comments.
She will from Mac Mill. Okay, he'd have Barry trade the best 4 to 5 players for late round picks because he didn't get along with them. She's speaking to Eric Mangini's temperament.
So they knew Coach Mangini why he got rid of players. I didn't know they was in a room with us, or they understood
They
exactly
were, and that's
why.
Okay, let's go to the next.
Go
Okay, right
to the
here,
next one.
Super Browns. He said, "Man, genius." Okay, he agrees with you.
Okay, he agrees.
Okay, agree to disagree. Which let me just see if they're going to agree or disagree.
When you say
So,
agree to disagree, you disagree.
Yeah,
normally.
okay, you're right. Right. Your username is kind of like we kind of already figured what you're going to be on. So why didn't we win? Okay, and then Kenneth King. The only success Mangini had with Cleveland was the stretch when Jerome Harrison played like a man possessed.
He did.
Oh, that's Jerome Harrison from KSU?
Harrison, when we broke
Pittsburgh Steelers?
No,
Who's Jerome?
Jerome
Who am I
is
thinking of?
Jerome. You're thinking of James Harrison.
Oh, yeah, James Harrison.
James Harrison
okay.
plays for the Steelers. Jerome was the running back when we both had record-setting games in Kansas City.
Okay.
When I ran 2 back, and he broke Jim Brown's rushing record in that same game, and that's what they're referring to. He played like a monster.
You know, one thing that always surprises me, baby, is I look at you as a football doctor. You know, a doctor goes to, the undergrad and they go to med school, pre-med, all
Explain
that.
it. Okay.
I mean, you've been playing football since you were how old? 5, 6, 7 years old?
6
6
or
years
so.
old. You played at the high school level, the collegiate level, the professional level. You've even, not just a player, you were a coach. And then also, you know talent. So
Right.
it always surprises me when a fan has the audacity to come up against you.
But let
Go
me
ahead, Dr.
let me
Cribbs.
let me ease up on the fans because they got the right. When you spend your money on something and you go to them, whether it rains, sleet, snow, or shine,
You can have the right.
you got the
but
right.
do you have the knowledge?
That's what
And
we
that's all
gonna
I'm
hop
talking
into.
about. You might feel like you're right, but go ahead and get them, Josh.
Okay, let me put my readers on. No, I'm just kidding. So they say our record. Okay, and we got to understand what happened that year. We got to understand what Eric Mangini did when he got here. He saw players. It was a lot of controversy that was here with the Browns. You had Braylon Edwards, having some controversy.
Acting up.
acting up around town.
But he was
right?
so
It was
nice.
something.
Yeah.
Braylon was cool. That
I
was
know
my
them
guy. He was
personally,
my
so it was
roommate.
like, yeah.
But there was controversy behind
Absolutely.
Braylon. All
Absolutely.
around town. He was too
Flamboyant.
Hollywood.
He from Detroit. He from the D. Come
Right.
on, man. That's that Detroit flavor
and
right
he
there.
was a Michigan Wolverine, so
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't fit in well here with
Buckeye
the
all
dog
day in
pound.
Ohio, exactly.
Then you had Kellen Winslow,
Uh-huh.
who they put a rule in for K2 because he got hurt on his motorcycle.
Oh,
But
I do remember that.
But remember, it was a tumultuous time, his tenure here with the brand. It was always something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It was a lot of things going on when Coach Mangini took on the team. So he took on the team, and he said, you know what? I don't like him. He thinks I'm not going to cut him because he makes X and X millions of dollars. He did what a real true Browns fan would have done. You out of here. You're not going to fall in line and be about the team.
You gotta shake
out of
things
here.
up, right?
Oh, you think you make more than you're a millionaire, so you matter more than the team. You out of here. That's what he
I like
did.
that you outta here.
And you know what he did? He activated guys off the practice squad who wants to win.
Right.
Who wanted to win.
Right.
Is that not blue collar? Is that
I
not
would
dog
do it.
pound
I would
football?
Do it. You're not
Does
just
that
gonna-
not sound like
you're
a
not just gonna
Browns?
be here.
Right.
You know?
And I played here for so long, and Browns fans wanted players who was going to live and die out there on that field. Mangini got rid of the ones who wasn't. In his mind, if you wasn't going to play for this team, he got rid of you.
Right.
Okay, let's say that. So he was a
Okay.
coach that wasn't scared and wasn't listening to upper management. And it was some tumultuous times with upper management. Remember,
Get into it with everybody.
Coach Mangini was the general manager at one point. He hired. Where did they do that at? Where do they do that? Where the head coach is the general manager?
If I'm gonna run this thing, I need full control.
But
okay?
and then he gets his buddy hired. It was just a tumultuous tenure because he was the head coach and the general manager.
Right.
Okay, so when you talk about the record, you got to talk about the talent and the lack thereof. You had guys that was going to ball out and give their all, but on the other side, the Steelers, the Ravens, the other teams, they weren't going through tumultuous times.
They weren't. They had
They
the
weren't.
talent. They were stacked.
They were stacked.
Even their secondary was.
They looked at us like, oh man, that's credible. The coach got rid of their players and they gonna play like they're the Marshall Thundering Herd back in the day.
Right.
All heart.
You said Martin like the Thundering
Nah, because
Herd,
they made the movie off of
I
him
know,
and they
I
played
know.
with heart because of the plane accident. If y'all can remember back in the 70s. And they became a Division I team, but they had to play with all freshmen and walk-on guys.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we did. We had a bunch of practice squad guys and no-name guys winning.
Yeah.
So, activated, I might say. So you got to look at the games we beat as well. I said Coach Mangini would take this team. So people that disagree with me understand who we did beat.
And I think they didn't understand. We're not saying him come over and take this team right now.
I'm not saying
hypothetically
fire.
speaking.
Don't think I'm saying Coach Stefanski can't do it. I was simply
Never
talking
said
about
that.
the coach that I believe could take this team. And let me stop right there real quick and pause.
Go ahead.
One thing I think the team is missing is extreme discipline. We had a lot of little mistakes that kept us from winning games. The Jets, that sends shivers down my. I don't even want to think about what happened to the Jets game.
Penalties.
But we had little minor mistakes that were huge all throughout the year. And Coach Mangini did a great job at eliminating the sins, self-inflicted negatives is what they call it as a football term. Offsides. He came in. If you jump off sides in practice, you immediately take off and start running. I love that. We became the least penalized team in the National Football League. We were more intelligent. I mean, the list goes on. Eric Mangini would take this team, Maria, and create a culture of all the little things matter.
Yes.
With this talent
They add
and
up.
all the little things mattering,
Right.
you have a recipe of the Super Bowl team. And 4-18. For the record that they said 4-game win, let me tell you what we did with Eric Mangini. We beat Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Say it, Josh. You better.
And it was
tell 'em.
mostly a defensive game,
You better let 'em
which
know.
Coach Mangini coaches. He beat his old coach. His boss was Belichick, the GOAT, right? Who else he beat? He beat Eli Manning and the Giants and upset them on Thursday Night Football. Who else did he beat? And lo and behold, the great Drew Brees. We went down to New Orleans and beat the Saints.
Beat the dog crap out of them.
And this
I'm
is
sorry,
with,
I'm sorry.
we did though.
I know you did.
I threw a throwback pass to Eric Wright.
Beat the dog mess out of them Saints down there.
We pulled out all the stops. And Eric Mangini did what he had to do with a team of, we were like the little giants out there because we didn't have the big name talent at that point. He got rid of them. You don't want to play for this shield. You don't want to play for the dog pound. He got rid of them. That's what you want out of your coach.
Yeah.
Now picture him having a Nick Chubb. You think we're going 4-18, 4-12 with a Nick Chubb,
Nope.
a Deshaun Watson, Amari Cooper?
Woo!
You think we're going to do that with Myles Garrett over there?
Garrett out there. Come on now.
The type of defense we got right now with Eric Mangini, who beat the Patriots, the Saints, the Giants. You think we're going to lose with this team, with the coach, man?
Give you something to think about, didn't he? I know.
I rest my case. I
we
wish
know
I had
y'all
a gavel.
thought y'all had it in the comments.
Y'all-
We know
they
y'all thought,
forget.
oh, I'm going
They
to type
forgot.
this up, and I got my Twitter thumbs out.
Just
y'all wrong. And he's
Reach
right.
back out to me. I want to see.
And we know it stings.
I want to see. Stop
We'll
it.
be all right. Oh,
I want to see. I want to hear all the comments. As it relates to Eric Mangini, not with the team that we had in the past. This team.
This team. Come on.
So you got to
Stay focused.
rework your comments with this team. You think we're going to go 4-18, 4-12 with?
Not talking about what he did back when he was coaching,
So
what he was
moving
working,
on,
what he only
man.
had. He's talking
Yeah.
about what he would do with this team right here, with the talent that they have, the caliber that they have out there. Come on now. Josh,
For
I
real.
believe everything you said because you said it with so much
I
conviction.
love how you are. I love it, man.
You love it?
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
I love that that you got my back on that.
Always.
Always
will.
I do
But
want
let's talk about, yeah, go ahead.
I want to move on to my next one because I didn't want to spend too much time on Coach Mangini. You got me sweating in here.
It's hot.
I'm
It's the
defending
lights.
it,
It's the lights.
I'm
I thought I was
defending it.
flashing, but I'm not at menopause stage yet.
but you're not at minimum.
Go ahead about the wide receivers.
I just want to, DeAndre Hopkins became available. So people were, questioning should we had, made a run for him. And my question is, do our fans think, we have the wide receivers here right now that's enough to win currently? Do we have enough? And I think so. With Amari Cooper, DPJ, Cedric Tillman, Marquise Goodwin, David Njoku, I have to add him on there, Bell, other guys. And the Deshaun Watson is the X factor. A lot of times people don't understand that he keeps the chains moving. And for him to have a true offseason like he's having now, for him to take the wide receivers away out of town and to get them ready to mold them, we have the talent right here to win. I don't think we need any more offensive additions other than shoring up our offensive line or shoring up position groups because I think we have the recipe. Andrew Berry, the youngest general manager in NFL football history, has done a great job assembling a monster. And I think it comes down to Deshaun Watson. It ain't about the receivers. It ain't about the running back. If Deshaun Watson plays lights out, it's no doubt in my mind we're headed to a big season. Playoffs. I always say my standard is playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs, Marie. And that's all I got for Dogs Are Barking because I want them to respond to Coach Mangini with this team.
All right.
I want them to respond to, do we have enough? As it relates to the wide receivers, do we have enough?
Okay.
I think we have enough, Maria.
All right. Good job, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's time for my segment. While you cool off over there, because I know you said you were hot.
I'm a cool
you
off
was having
a
little
little
hot
bit.
flashes
Yeah,
over
I'm
there.
having a little- let me
it's
take my
time for
hair
my
off.
segment called Hey Family. And this is where I pose a question to our audience. And then we come back a week later and we discuss the comments. This time, Josh, we are going to discuss today's music. I posted a video on my social account that went viral. Oh, it's still going viral. I'm getting so many people commenting on it. Where I'm in the car and I'm vibing out. We got the video we're gonna roll for you. And the lyrics on the song are kind of like mumbly and jumbly.
Okay.
Kind of how, our children's music
I definitely know.
Yeah. You got the video? We're gonna roll the video?
Yeah, we're going to roll the video.
And so, I think a lot of people could relate to it. That's why it went viral because, you think you're young, you think you're still hip, and you think you still got it. But then your kids play those
I'm
songs,
hip,
you're like,
man.
wait a minute, what's the lyrics saying right
They
here?
are playing crazy songs now, and it's
they got
not a change.
one song.
But you know what we sound like?
What's that?
Our parents.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, we sound like our parents did. What y'all in there listening to?
Well,
What-
hold on,
what's
I
that
just
rap
gotta
music,
throw my
that
mom.
mumbo jumbo. They said that about our music. We're
Mumbo
becoming
jumbo.
our parents.
But no, I'm saying I like the vibe. Like I can vibe
With
to
this
You
question.
give me a good beat, I'm a vibe to the music. I don't care. And I love, all the music the kids play.
Okay.
But the lyrics, I'm like,
Ain't no good lyrics.
remember back in the day, the songs would have meaning.
They would. And
Like-
again, we sound like our
Those
parents.
baby making songs.
Oh,
Oh, remember Donnell Jones? Hold on, let me
Yeah.
see if you can fill
Go-
it in. I left my baby girl a message. Said I won't be coming home. I'd rather be alone. Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
She doesn't truly understand me.
Because why?
I'm-
Because I'd rather leave.
Oh, my
It
God.
had a message. It had a You don't know the song, Josh?
I know the song.
Songs back then had a message behind
Yes.
it. It would tell you something.
Yes.
Now I feel like it's like this right here. Look at the video right here. Look. Understand, like the music that I feel like music hits you on like a subconscious level.
It does.
What you tuning into in that frequency, it kind of portrays in your life. And so I'm like, I don't know but the vibe is nice, but I don't know if I
Do
like
you
it.
remember this though?
What's that?
When we were kids, the best mumble rapper group was from C-Town, the land.
Oh.
And everybody tried to
Who was
sing it.
mumbling around?
Boom, boom, boom,
Boom,
boom,
boom, boom, boom, boom. Hey,
Now
tell me what you gonna do
When ain't nowhere to hide.
when judgment comes for you.
Judgment comes
Hey,
for
let me
you.
say, they weren't mumbling. They were harmony. That was Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Uncle Charlie,
He misses Uncle Charlie. Then the good guys got it. And I'm gonna miss everybody. I don't run around the
Yeah, and how many words are you saying?
Okay, you got me on that one. Okay, he got me on that one. Man, I'm being about no way.
And we
Okay,
felt like we
no
were
way.
singing. My baby friend,
You
no way.
got me on that one, Josh.
When I first came to Cleveland, that's what I did. I went to East 99.
I did too. Hold on. Okay, so let me just tell you. We found out. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I'm still an Ohio girl. But when Bone Thugs and Harmony came out, right? I
Mumble
mean,
rap. But they
the
was the
whole
best.
world.
They was the best.
I'm sorry, they still the best. They're legends.
Yeah, they
The
is.
whole world was vibing to Bone
Yes.
Thugs and Harmony. Everybody wanted to go to East 99 in St.
East
Clair.
99,
But when we found out down in Columbus,
99.
we found out one of the members, the light skin one with the curly hair, we found out he was like either from Columbus or his mama lived in
don't believe
Columbus.
it.
We was
I
like,
don't
okay,
believe it.
yeah, the other one's from Cleveland, but he ours right there. We had to
Really?
like claim fame to him. You know what I
I'm
mean?
about to say, I don't believe it.
What? We don't believe what?
East is
East
1999.
Okay, we know we Bone Thugs and Harmony fans,
Okay,
but
I'm
I'm just
sorry.
saying the kids' music nowadays, they be leaving me clueless.
You right.
Okay, so look. Now, I had a video that we played, and we're going to play it here for y'all watching right now, where a situation went down when I ran inside of Chipotle to get Josh's food.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to show you the video, and then we're going to come back and discuss
Hold
it.
on.
What?
You ran in there to get my food, but
Okay.
you don't tell people. I didn't know what transpired in the first place. I gotta just throw that out there
Oh,
first. You put it all
See,
on
he's
me.
trying
I
to-
didn't know what was going on.
Well, he's
you ready,
upset
Nick?
because
You gonna play the video?
The
We got it.
comments, they dragged Josh because they felt like it was Josh's responsibility to take
Josh
care of
ain't
me.
do this and
And
Josh
Nick, you
ain't
just
do
let
that.
us know when you want us to roll the video because I'm gonna let everybody see it. Okay, y'all ready?
All right, roll
All
the
right,
video.
roll it right there. Hey, what's up, family? I got a question. What's the play? Look, I ran inside Chipotle to go grab.
And this ain't
What I
right.
grabbed, Josh? Your quesadilla, right? How it tastes?
I haven't eaten it yet.
Because you got to order it online, so I had to go on the side and get it. So I left my Jersey Mike's. It was so good too. I left my Jersey Mike's right here, and came back to the car. And they told me the dog was eating my food. But when I tell y'all it was good, I mean, I had the number 7 giant with the on the rosemary wheat, the rosemary bread. Made Mike's way, add the CPR sauce, banana peppers, mayo, and pickle. It was good. I was back there slamming, like it was slapping. And I don't know whether to throw it away. I'm upset, y'all. I ain't gonna eat it for no dog.
Eat it.
Josh, you would eat it, Josh? Would y'all still eat it? You said eat after a dog?
You don't know what he ate or not.
You said he was eating my food.
Yeah.
Why you? What's
He
your-
had a little bit of.
Throw it away, y'all, or take one
I
for the
feel like I'm
team?
about to have
It
to
was
taste
good.
again.
No,
I'm gonna
I
have
don't
to
know he ate. I
plead my
wasn't
case.
there. If y'all noticed the veins popping out of my neck when I
I'm
was
gonna have to
talking, that meant I was
plead my case.
dehydrated. I was starving. I was hungry.
Go
But I thought
go
about.
to the comments because I'm gonna have to plead my
I
case.
can't continue on, Josh.
No, I just think
I
that
was thinking about securing my family's hunger first. You know,
You
I was
did.
like, well, let me go in here and put my sandwich to the side
you did.
and go in there and grab the Chipotle because I did an online order. Even though I don't know nothing, it don't look like nothing wrong with your legs from over here. Why did I go get your food? Why you sending a woman inside of Chipotle to get your? You a grown man. You
Don't
and
make
your son.
it about a woman
Okay.
because you
wanna-
do an awesome job for us, but don't make it that.
But he sat
Let's
there
just
and
make it out of the fact that I didn't know the dog was in the car. I didn't know the dog was in the car with us.
Now we got to go.
I turned around. My son said, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "What?" Rohan's eating her food. I was like, "Where did the dog come from?" I didn't know. You sat back there with the dog,
See,
right?
And you know what?
Where was your seat at?
Us
Where
women
was your
always complain
seat?
about men not being present in relationships. So you got to stay present
See, now-
because he rolling in the car. He done rolled from North Royalton to Seven Hills, some Jersey Mike's and Chipotle, and he said he did not recognize the dog was in the car.
I did not, because you sat directly behind me. See, so
trying
when
to-
you
that-
look
that
at
doesn't-
that film
that has nothing to do with
again,
nothing.
you see that Maria, you sat right behind me, and the dog was somewhere right behind me.
Let's just see what the
Your
comments.
meal was right behind.
And that's fine. Let's just go to the comments and see
Okay.
if they like the man.
Okay.
Josh probably had no idea that the dog was in the car.
I
mean,
did. Do they got my
anybody
back?
announced that the dog was back
Do they
there?
got my back?
Okay, let's see. It says the dog heard it slapping, so he ate some, laughing my behind off. That's true.
He
I did
heard
say,
it was
I
good.
said that sandwich was slapping. Let me see the next comment, because Josh, you're not going to win this one. It says, laugh out loud. Don't do it. Dogs like their own.
They
Oh,
lick.
he meant lick their own, and that's our
Don't
friend
eat
Darcy
it.
right there.
He said, "Don't
but I
eat
don't
it."
think I had to respond back to Darcy because I don't think Darcy's aware that humans lick too.
What is the
I can't say the word.
Are you making your own
the
sound
A word?
effects?
The A word.
Do a better job. Come on. Dogs
Josh,
lick.
I can't.
Your sound effects need.
We
need
got
to ju-
another comment
Can you,
that I
let
wanna
me hear
show
you
you.
make 1 second. What do gunshots sound like?
Pew, pew.
Okay, go to your next comment.
You don't like my sound
Go-
effects?
go to your
oh
next
my
comments.
goodness. We had a comment on here where the lady goes on and she was explaining about, what did she say? She said, everybody's laughing. And they said the dog heard it was slapping. But then we had one, that's your OG right there. Remember you played out with him in Cali, Glenn?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know I can't see that, right?
Oh, you can't
Because
see
you
me?
just pointing.
Oh, and I will tell y'all the screen is real small. You need your readers, baby. You need
I
your
do
bifocals.
need my readers.
But no, the one lady on here, she was saying how they have a 105-pound dog, and they actually enjoy sharing their food with their dog. And ma'am, for you, it's coming up. The comment's coming up. I think you got it coming up. Here it is. She said, we have 2 dogs, one of which is a 105-pound husky who thinks we need to share everything, and my daughter does. As long as there's no hair and it's not a total slop mess, it's still good. Nom, nom, nom. And she got the laughy face emoji.
That was nom, 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 nom,
Ma'am,
nom. That's
we're
how
going
the
to need you
dog.
to come on down here to Big Play headquarters right here, right off the beautiful shores of beautiful Lake Erie. And we're going to come down here and check your viral levels and your bacterial levels, because I'm sure that's not safe. You
Don't
cannot.
eat.
I don't eat after dogs. I had a friend, one of your teammates' wives. She would come over our house. Antonio, remember
Oh,
Antonio?
you gonna say name? Can we say names now? Since you saying
Antonio-
because they want Google everything. Go
I
ahead.
love Antonio Perkins and Monica, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to let you guys know, I didn't grow up with dogs.
Okay.
Only pet I could have is a fish. My mom said, we not getting no hairy animals in our house. So the fact that I even have a dog is a big step for me. And I do love our dog. But I don't look at him as like someone I should be sharing stuff with. And Monica came over our house. She wanted to be friends. And she brought her little dog over. And I'm like, oh, people just let dogs come in people's houses? Okay, this is interesting.
Oh, she brought her dog in the house without letting
Shadow,
you know.
her little Cocker Spaniel Shadow, right?
And
So
you were looking like, oh.
it's not like a kid. It's
so
a dog.
was you
It just-
bougie? Was you a little
No,
bougie?
I would let the dog come over, but I didn't think that was
me
normal to
find
just
out.
bring dog. Like, you're not like you're bringing like a plant or like
Oh,
a
okay,
bottle
you
of
supposed to
wine.
ask.
You brought a dog over my house, right? So then she kept coming over with the dog. And then one day she came over with a totally different dog. And they were sharing ice cream. And I was like, you know what? I think this is about as far as this friendship going to
This
go.
is-
I can't do it.
Because they share, oh my God.
Right. So I
Yeah.
can't. I just, when it comes to dogs and sharing
get
food,
it.
I love my dog, but I ain't
get
eating
it.
after him, okay?
Oh my God.
All right, but now it's time for your segment.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And this has been on, it made NFL news. It's currently going on. It's time for my Pay the Man segment. And it's huge right now.
Right,
So
yeah.
for the Pay the Man segment, we're going to take you to New York. It is.
But tell them what the Pay the Man segment is. The Pay the Man segment is about profiling either someone in the community or someone who deserves to be paid or to be acknowledged for all the good that they do in the community, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
On a different day.
On a different day.
On this day,
What's this
it
day?
could also be a highlight or somebody I think that just plain and simple needs to get paid.
Oh, there we go.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
He's up for contract.
Ooh.
The deadline passed already for him to get for
What's
them
up
to
with
work
that?
out a contract.
What's up with that?
So now he's supposed to already be locked into his tender, which is $10 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
But the team can still work out a deal, but it's very unlikely. And it's right now they're at a stalemate. And Saquon Barkley will more than likely hold out for more money.
Hold out.
They were said to be really close to a number, but both sides have already reached as far as they can. I have already understood the way contracts work. I felt like when you talk about who's to blame in this situation, I put this squarely with the New York Giants organization. First of all, they went ahead and paid their quarterback. When I look at their team,
QB's always gonna get paid,
right?
You know that.
However, this team was struggling just a year before. They were one of the worst teams in the National Football League a few years ago.
That ain't got nothing to do with him.
And
Did he perform? Saquon.
Saquon, listen, let me tell you.
Okay.
Because
you got
it's
me
not
anxious
about,
over here.
I'm okay.
Okay.
So I think they paid the wrong. I think the quarterback Don Jones, he needs to have been in this situation instead of Saquon. When you look at the Giants and you say who's the best athlete on the field, the biggest impact. In this case, it's not the quarterback. It's Saquon. The offense, the entire offense, running and passing, went through Saquon Barkley. Now, Maria, the reason why he's in this injury situation is because of injury.
Injuries happen all the time. It's NFL.
Nope. Listen. So he had season-ending injury, which put him out the whole season. Last year, he came back, roaring back. Played a whole entire season healthy.
Crushed it. Killed it.
But the question still remains because it's business.
Here we go with this
listen now,
okay, here we go.
Because everybody want to be protected. You got to put yourself in the Giants' shoes. If this guy, because running backs right now are undervalued. It's like people are attacking running backs. But in this case, this how the contract, and I wrote it out. I feel like the general manager just didn't think outside the box. He needed to take he needed to take some lessons from Andrew Berry. But the contract could have been simple. Saquon Barkley, they're worried about him being injured. Simple. It's simple if you look at it. I think he should have been overpaid, and it should have been mostly incentivized. So they could have gave him 3-year, $60 to $65 million, which would have put him at a little bit above $20 million a year. He was asking for 19 a year. They said no. However, if he was hurt, if he became injured and was not able to play, usually teams will put in a split contract into the negotiations to where if a player get hurt, they revert to a split contract. If you're not on the field, now you make half of what you originally was going to make. Players usually tend to not sign that unless they have to. However, in this case, it should have been curtailed for him because the team is so upset. Yes, when he is on fire, if he put up another year like last year, he's worth every penny. So his contract should have been 3 years, $65 million. If you get hurt, your contract reverts to the franchise tag. It reverts to what we were going to pay you regardless of your injury because they were just trying to franchise him, which would mean he would just be the highest paid guy at his position, which is $10 million. And that should be the case if he gets hurt. Because say he signs that deal.
Right.
And he gets hurt.
Right.
He's still going to get that money.
Right. And he
should.
So
give him what he wants.
And he should because he's been playing. He's
healthy.
Been performing up until then. I understand it's his contract time. But Saquon Barkley, I would say hold out because guess what? You know they got the money and they need to give it to you.
Let's see what other
when it comes to the
players,
NFL, it's not a matter of if an injury is going to happen. An injury is going to happen. It's when it's going to happen.
Going to get injured.
Get your money. You know they got it, man. Hold out.
So I think
they got to pay the man.
Pay the man. Pay the man. And other NFL running backs have spoken up all across the league.
They having his back. They having his back.
Of course.
Thank you.
Because the running back position right now is severely under attack.
Stick together.
It's undervalued. But that contract, guys, I want you to let me know what you think about that contract. 3 years, $65 million, more than what he's asking for because he's worth every penny if he's healthy. And if he does get injured, have it revert back to the franchise tag amount, which is the $10 million.
So his money, feel like that's kind of unfair too. But I get what you're saying. But we're trying to get you some money.
A franchise tag. He gonna have to. If he don't play, he gonna lose it anyway.
Right.
So I'm saying something similar, something creative needs to be done with this contract to where both sides can have a compromise.
I get what you're saying, but it's not about if he doesn't play, he's going to lose it anyway. I think when you don't feel valued, it's like, okay, let me just show you my value because, are they going to struggle without me?
They know his value.
So
they
then
know
if,
it's not.
if
It's
you,
business.
but why play games? You
And
know
it's
my
not a
value.
game.
Pay me my money.
It's not a game. It's business. And another thing, this is the second part of that contract.
Okay.
Before we go into the players' statements, this is the second part of that contract. The Giants, if you are scared of his injury, again, take a page from the Cleveland Browns, from Andrew Berry. He has Nick Chubb for the first years of his career in a committee, a running back committee, sharing time with the Kareem Hunt.
Okay.
Other teams have done it. They've had, if you look at Ezekiel Elliott, he had Dante Pollard. If you look at around the NFL, they have running back committees. When you got a guy, you don't want to get him hurt. You want to have him for the length of his career. Have a running back by committee with him as the prime, just like Cleveland did with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt.
Right.
Do the same thing.
I think it's time to get creative with these contracts.
Let's see. Can you put some of the comments that
let me see the comments.
some of the guys said? Maria, I need you to read
Put my
that.
readers. No, I should give me some readers. Okay, this says, if you're good enough, they'll find you. Number 2, if you work hard enough, they'll notice you. And it says, if you make it a little bigger. If you succeed, you'll boost the organization, and then doesn't
Nothing.
matter. You're
And then it
still a
doesn't
running
matter.
back. What?
And
Okay,
then
explain,
it
what does that
doesn't
mean?
matter. That means you can do all the right things as a running back and still not get your work. You can work hard, train hard, put up all the numbers, because that's what's happening to Saquon.
Right.
He came back from injury, balling out. Now they ain't gonna pay him. Read another one.
It says
Maria.
at this point, just take the running back position out of the game. Then, the
Take it
ones
out.
that want to be
And that's
great and
Henry.
work
Is that
hard.
Henry? That's Derrick
That's
Henry.
Derrick
He's
Henry,
the
right.
running back
Oh, he is?
of the Titans.
But you
right
know what?
now.
Twitter be
A
having me messed
beast.
up because they don't be having those blue checks anymore. So he's a player.
All these are players.
All these are players. Okay,
Yes.
okay. It says, okay. He
Read
says,
another one.
Read another one, totally different one. It says, this is a kind of trash that has artificially devalued one of the most important positions in the game. Everyone knows it. It's
Eckler.
tough to win without the top running back, and yet they
Austin
act like
Eckler.
we were.
And these are top
this-
5, top 6, 7 NFL running backs right now. Speaking.
Y'all better listen.
Right now.
Yeah, well, who's this right? Christian McCaffrey?
McCaffrey.
Okay, McCaffrey. This is criminal. We said this is criminal.
So you just
3
heard
of the
from
best players in the entire league, regardless of the
you're
position.
just hearing from
He said
Maria.
update,
Every that's it, Maria. That's
the top running
top
backs
5 running backs in the
NFL. And
minus,
they all stick together.
hold on, minus Nick Chubb.
Okay.
So those are the other top 5 running backs. If you're not
Nick
talking
Chubb
about
over there like, y'all ain't gonna
Chubb.
mess up my money, you know?
And the Giants
We
failed,
good over here.
and they should have took a page out of Andrew. They got Nick Chubb early. Lock Saquon. You knew he was gonna get back healthy.
Right.
You knew lock him in.
Right.
Lock him into
Right.
something. You probably could have locked him into a franchise similar deal
Yep.
while he was hurt.
Yeah.
And had him still under contract.
Yeah.
So you could have had Daniel Jones making that top dollar money and still had time for Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
This is the mismanagement that they're doing. Now they're in a situation because they chose Daniel Jones over Saquon. But Daniel Jones will get killed in the league without a Saquon Barkley. That's all
And
I'm
I know we
saying.
talking NFL right now, but
That's
this
all
comes
I'm
down
saying.
to the average Joe,
Pay the man.
just like me and you watching.
man.
Okay, when you feel undervalued at work, I'ma still show up to work. I just ain't gonna give you my all. So
Ooh.
you know how
So
that
there's
goes,
something gonna-
right?
production
So we gonna
gonna
still
lack.
come, right?
So
Pay that man.
he probably should go and be like, man, I ain't gonna go. I ain't gonna practice.
So if he can go, okay,
I'm
but,
not gonna
but then
speak
he's
on
stuck,
that. Yeah,
right?
he's
Can't nobody
stuck.
pick him up because he's stuck. He's still with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna
it's
be
like,
holding out.
Holding out.
But
Hold
the Giants,
out.
what are the Giants gonna be without him? He is too big of a piece.
And that's
he
good.
is similar to a
let
quarterback.
Let him fail, and so maybe they'll cough up that money.
We'll
Let them
see.
fail. We'll
We'll
see.
see.
All
You got
right,
it, babe.
Now, Josh, it's time to go over to our segment called "What's Trending," where we discuss viral videos or topics that have been hitting the internet. And you had one. You switched it up last
I
minute.
did. I switched it up.
You said someone went out. Okay, it's a video of a couple that went out for a birthday dinner.
Birthday dinner.
And the dinner ended up being, you said, $4,600.
$4,600.
And the girl and her friends wanted everyone to split the bill. What should happen in this situation? Who was right and who was
Do we
wrong?
have
Now, wait a
video
minute. Can
then?
you buy $4,600 worth of food at a restaurant in one night?
Well, if
They
you go
popping
to
bottles?
You go to an expensive restaurant and you go with a group,
Yeah.
like 10 to 15. Everybody getting
$4,600.
lamb chops.
We can go to Applebee's. They don't have lamb chops at Applebee's.
Right. We're gonna go to Pizza Hut. Line up, y'all. We're going to hold hands and sing happy birthday.
Chuck E. Cheese's.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, now we're talking about grown
Hold on,
folk
we got
here.
a video.
You got a video?
We got a video.
Let's play the video.
I'm
Yeah,
only
right
paying
there.
for what's on the check. I'm not splitting the bill, shawty. That's crazy. You expect us to split the bill?
You got lamb chop, you got steak, you got some other
Look at all that. Look at what all they got. They talking about splitting the
What did you
bill.
come out for? What did you come out for?
We come together, we
Alright, I'm
split the
saying
bill.
so again. My thing is, y'all doing too much.
Y'all doing way too much. We didn't order all that going on.
So, Maria, you seen the guys basically saying, man, y'all ordering lamb chops. Y'all ordering all of this.
Stuff y'all
Ain't no
wouldn't even
way.
order if y'all were not expected for someone
And
else
then
to
you
front
saw,
the bill.
You saw the women were like, man,
got-
every time we go out, we split the bill.
Okay.
So they've been out before as a group,
Okay.
and they've all split the bill. But when they got the bill this time, it's $4,600. I'm gonna play devil's advocate
Mhm.
because
Okay, go
I
ahead.
agree everybody should pay for themselves. I have a difference of opinion,
Okay.
but and I'm gonna tell you after. But
Alright.
if they go out already, they've established precedent.
Okay. We split the bills around here.
They've established
Unlike y'all, when we was in the NFL, y'all used to have those whoever put your card or
it.
whoever
Yes.
took the shortest straw.
We, in the NFL,
doing
we
this
had
no more.
and I didn't like doing it too much,
Put your
but
credit card in the basket.
by my second
shake
contract,
it around.
I was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Put your credit card in the basket, in a hat, and then we let the waiter or the waitress pick the card out, which card,
You'll
and
be
we
like,
just used to be sitting there
Please,
like,
please, Lord Jesus, please, no, don't pick
Maria
my
gonna
card.
get on
Do
me
not-
today.
Do not pick.
And if
this-
they didn't pick me, hey, free dinner. And that's how it was.
Right,
and
right.
you get some unsuspecting soul stuck with a bill, and it'll be over a couple thousand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for our meal.
See?
But if
In
they
this case-
establish precedent,
Right.
they've already established that they go out as a group and they always just split the bill. And it sounded like
Mm-hmm.
from what, one side of the table was saying, no matter what, we split the bill.
Right.
But this is a birthday dinner. It's $4,600. That's a different tax
I
bracket.
know.
If you spending that type of money out, I don't care who you are.
Especially where I'm not. If I only ordered water and lemon,
Water and
I
lemon.
didn't do that type of
Did you
damage.
get sugar
I-
packets
a
with
couple
that?
sugar
And
packets
make
with-
lemonade?
That's what I'm saying. Like, say $4,600 bill. I might not eat as much as someone. I may not have ordered
And that
anything.
happened.
Yeah. Is that okay? Is that what
That's
happened in the
exactly
video?
what happened.
Yeah. So I'm like, wait a minute. No, I spent $52.
The birthday girl and her friends had lamb chops, steaks.
$4,600.
The best of it.
And
The
you know
best
what?
of
But there
it.
is a rule of thumb, and tell me if you knew this. When you invite someone to dinner, you're technically supposed to pay because you invited them. They had no intentions of coming and showing up anyway. Did you know that?
But-
They say, hey, Josh, let's go to lunch.
You
Because
paying.
I invited you, I'm supposed to pay, right?
Right.
So in this
Okay.
case, when it's someone's birthday dinner, first of all, I've been having issues with birthday dinners. If it's my birthday and we're having a birthday dinner, the birthday girl or guy, whoever's birthday it is, should not have to pay for their meal. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there because there's been a lot of confusion going on here lately, and I'm not
Right.
the only one. My friends and everybody talking about that as well. But you should look at the menu. You should determine, look at your bank account beforehand and say, hey, this might be something that's...
You don't have to look at the menu. You know where you going. You know what that place. Oh, we got to put on a tux. We got to put on a dress code.
But they might have
The
thought they
place has a
invited
dress
me.
code. You daggone sure. If the money, when they listed on the side over there and $42 for a steak, $60 for, and it's a la carte. You know what time it is.
I'm gonna say, look,
Everything
we
should
can
have been
split the bill,
established.
but I'm gonna get declined. I got $23 in my account.
Oh, I would
now
have been.
what?
I would have been left.
If you started noticing that things were expensive, like what would you do?
I would have been. What? They would have been like, with cribs.
Okay, well-
I would have been to the waiter. I'm like, yeah, I had a water and a
But see, now let me just-
Sprite, and here's the money here. Here's the tip for that. I got an emergency. I gotta go. I would have been gone a long time ago.
now let me-
I wouldn't have been on the camera. Been out.
Let me tell y'all something about me. I used to be a waitress at the Red Lobster down there in Fairline, right there in
You
Akron,
did.
right? Okay. And so one thing, some waiters don't like to split bills, but I think what I'm noticing nowadays is if I was a waiter in this day and age, I'm gonna come up. If we splitting this bill, because I don't want to have to go through $4,600 worth of food and determine who had what. That's a lot. So maybe let the waiter know, hey, or maybe check with your party first. Say, hey, we plan on splitting the bill. And this might get expensive. Who doesn't want to do that? You get your own tab. Let me know. Don't surprise me because I'm not splitting a $4,600 bill. I don't care how much money I have in my
And
account. I will never do that.
Maria, we're talking to the young people out there because
They
really,
not that young spending $4,600. They
No.
must have some jobs or something.
No, they didn't really. They're young because adults, growner, more seasoned folks.
The
We
seasoned
don't put
saints.
ourselves in that position.
Okay.
I definitely would have went to a group gathering
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, oh, they got the group over there. We gonna sit over here. And I would have came over for happy birthday.
He would have tried to pay for the whole
happy
bill.
No,
and
no,
would have
I
been
ain't
having
talking
me
about.
arguing with him the whole time.
I'm not talking about me.
What you
I
talking
do
about?
that. I can do that.
No, you cannot.
I'm talking about
We got
you
a
know,
household budget that does not include paying for their food over there.
Maria used to hate me
$4,600.
paying for
That's a
people's
mortgage
meals.
payment. 46. Think about what you could do with $4,600. Mortgage payment, your car note, your child's tuition, clothing, something. Come
Yeah,
on.
when I was in the NFL, when I had it to do, I did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we still do a little bit of that now, but I'm saying that in this mature stage of my existence,
Right.
we're not going out to a group gathering like that and getting caught in a situation, even if we are attending someone's group celebration at
I
a
wish they would tell me.
high
I've been
class
sitting there like this.
restaurant. But see, then you're still a part of it. The police come, the waiters come,
The
they
police,
still looking at you.
I know how to run.
Hold on.
My mom's a police officer. I know how to run.
Regardless, you gonna still go to the side and be like, hey, we're gonna just sit on the table real here, like close to them.
Okay.
But we still separate. I'm not with them. As soon as the distraction and the problems happen, I'm like, yeah, we just gonna take our check and we gonna be out.
All
That's
right.
how we do it.
That's how
Yeah,
we do it. Now, I
yeah.
did want to get to this last video
Go
about
ahead.
Dwight Howard. Is that okay?
Let's go. Go
This
ahead.
video went viral maybe a few weeks ago. We've been trying to discuss it and you and I discuss this all the time. We have children that are athletic, very athletic. Sometimes as a mom, I'm looking like, you're pushing them a little too hard. But
You
I
do.
know, you know, as more than anybody in our house, how far a body can be pushed and what he wants. And he has particular goals and things that he wants. So let me just show the video. We're going to talk. Okay, that's it right there. Now, see, it has some
Pushing
audio
him.
with it where
He's pushing him.
the son was doing the bike. He was crying and yelling
Like,
and
I
screaming,
can't.
but his dad's right there supporting
I
him.
got you, son.
And I understand how the optics look. Now we all know Dwight Howard, you know, awesome basketball player. Like he knows this game. And sometimes when you post stuff on social media, everybody
everybody
and you
nitpick
let everybody
your
know. But
parenting.
I know if you post something like, if say I film one of you in Israel's workouts,
Right.
they might be like, oh my God, he's so hard on him.
Right.
Israel came to us and said, I want to be great.
Right.
And so we're going to do whatever we need to do to make sure
To
he's
push
great,
him.
to push him. And in that video, I guess I'm looking at it from our lens because we
Right.
know the professional athlete. We know what it takes to get to a certain
Right.
level. And we know how kids can kind of, hey, Dad, this is where I want to get. Can you help me? Now, in the midst of the workout, and I will say this, they only showed a small clip of that video, but on his social, he showed the entire thing. And afterwards, the child was smiling and saying, thank you, Dad. What are your thoughts on just what you witnessed right there and in some of the comments?
Well,
Because they were going in on him. That's child abuse. That's dangerous.
We saw Serena and Venus Williams documentary on their life
oh,
story.
man, I wish I lived in their household.
and they was the greatest.
Get
and
me
they
the
the-
greatness.
one of the greatest, two of the
Are
greatest duo
the
of
greatest.
tennis players ever.
Ever.
We saw countless documentaries and movies on the Jacksons.
Yeah.
And we saw the household they brought it, but they was brought up in.
Yeah.
We saw anime get it handed to her.
We're
the
not talking
domestic
about abuse.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
that's different.
That is very
That's
much different.
I know you. Are you joking?
I'm joking.
Okay,
on
I'm going to
that.
say, wait a minute,
I'm
John.
ta-
Hold on.
Because I usually call you anime.
Anime, I know.
Like
and I laugh
anime.
right with you. Right.
But what I'm saying is the type of direction that comes from doing what your parents say. And people who has been there and done that. And when your parents are pouring into you, when your trainer is pouring into you,
Yeah.
they're trying to lead you to a greater place.
Right.
I had a chance to speak to the university school students.
Oh, I
the
know. They
REACH
were all in my
program.
DM saying how great you did.
And one thing I told them is that their parents and everybody who support and love them is a support system, right?
Right.
But your coach and your family is one thing you got to understand about them. Because kids and younger athletes, they get this mixed up. They get mad sometimes when the coach is always getting on them. Like, oh man, the coach always on me. Be aware when the coach is allowing you to make mistakes and they don't say nothing to you.
Yeah.
That's when they feel like you don't have potential. But when you have potential and they see the greatness in you, every good coach is going to do everything to pull that potential out. And that includes making you run, always stand on you. It seems like you make a little mistake and they like, come on, man, because they see the greatness in you. So be aware, not if they're on you and they're dogging you and they like, come on, man, you can do it, run, run, run. Be aware if you make a mistake and nobody don't say nothing to you.
Right.
That's
Ooh.
when you should be afraid.
That's scary right
So
there.
what I saw in Dwight Howard, I seen him pushing his son, and it wasn't yelling and cussing, it was love.
Yeah.
That's the tough love I like. Not giving whoopings and this and that. Tough love is you can do it, push through it, you got it. He was like, no, I can't. He pushed them through it, and if you watch the end of that video, he succeeded in all his workouts.
And I think a lot of kids might need a little bit more of that. And I just say my own personal testimony. My mom was I think she was All-American or all state in basketball. And I look at her now, I'm like, Mom, why didn't you teach me how to play basketball? Like, I would have loved to have a parent like that. And she probably like, honey, I was a single mom. I had to work. Hold on, what'd you say?
You ain't have it in you. She gave up.
Somebody
Maria
called,
would make mistakes, and she would be like,
"Yeah, one of them attorneys get the divorce papers going right now, because we done with this."
She put a ball in your hand,
Josh,
and you threw it back. She was like,
and she, you know, and she did say that. She said, "I tried to take you to play basketball one time, and you said you didn't like it." I'm like, "But I'm a
why
kid.
you ain't push you?
But why didn't you push me as a kid? I would have been. I mean, I'm athletic now. I love to work out, but sometimes you need a parent, and some kids need a parent to stick on them, and don't let a child give up. They might not know what they can do.
Give up.
Right?
I like that.
Push them. Don't push them to nothing extreme to where this forcing them to play sports they don't want to. After a while, you're like, okay, they don't. This is not for them.
Yeah.
But I wish I had a parent to push me into greatness.
It's a balance.
Yeah,
too.
it's a balance.
It's a balance to push your
More
children.
kids need that in their life.
To greatness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did your parents push you?
They didn't need to.
And because some kids,
there.
and that's true, some
It's a
people
different
already had that
generation.
discipline
I
and
was
that
out
motivation in them. But for the ones that need a little extra help, a little encouragement, and show them the right direction.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I love that. Okay, I had a great time with you today.
I had a great time too.
Listeners,
I hope everybody, will comment on the Mangini, how I started.
Go to the comments. We're gonna bring them up.
I could go back into it. If I have to go deeper, I go deeper.
We're gonna keep this thing going. So we thank you guys for listening, and make sure you follow us on The Crib Show on all the social media platforms at The Crib Show on Twitter, Instagram, and every Tuesday we're streaming live for you Facebook listeners out there and watchers live on the Facebook under the Big Play name. So make sure you follow us. We're going to be having more lively conversations.
Yes.
7 p.m.
Yes.
Tuesdays. We'll be here. Thanks so much
Please
for
send
listening.
us your comments. We're going to get
Send
at
all
them.
of them. Send all of them. Going to put them on the show. Thanks, guys, so much for listening. Have a good day.